Good afternoon once again. We welcome you to Matlack Messer Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Women's Soccer. Great to have you with us this afternoon as the Earlham Quakers look to move to 6-5 overall, 2-0 in the HCAC. They'll take on the Fighting Engineers of Rose-Hulman, 3-7. Also 0-1 in conference play, but those numbers can be deceiving as the Engineers have played a very tough schedule so far this season. The Quakers have played well at home. When we come back in a couple of moments, we're going to have a chance to hear from their head coach, Chad Harden. We talked with Chad a little bit yesterday about where his season is at right now as they prepare for another big matchup and looking to go to 2-0 in HCAC play. We will come back with the head coach coming up next. This is Earlham Women's Soccer right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
The Earlham women's soccer team back in action coming up on Tuesday. They'll take on Rose-Hulman. Earlham has won 2 out of their last 3, including a win this past Saturday. Head coach Chad Harden is kind enough to be with us today, and been a couple of weeks since we've had a chance to talk, and you guys just keep rolling along, 5-5 coming into tomorrow's matchup. And tell you one thing that I think that fans have noticed already is you have an exciting freshman class, and they've made a great contribution here early.
Yeah, they've been great. They've been working really hard and kind of helped us change the culture and the attitude here and kind of bring a winning mentality right away. There's been times we've started 7 freshmen at times. This past week we started 6. And the first few off of our bench are freshmen as well. So they've been doing great with a mix of the returning players that we've had. It's been a good start to the season for us.
You know, that's not always an easy thing to do when you bring in freshmen and they make that kind of an impact, but it seems like the chemistry is pretty good.
Yeah, right now it's going really well, and they're just hungry. You know, they want it. They got a little bit of taste of success, and we want to kind of build off of this momentum here.
Tell you what, you play well at home, don't you?
Yeah, they like to play here in the friendly confines. So we only have the 1 loss right now at home, and but yeah, they like playing here in the new facility, and it's nice to have here.
You know, well, let me ask you then, what is it? Because your numbers offensively, well, even on both sides, but let's talk offense. They are incredible here with the way you're putting goals in the net. So what's the difference?
I think we just have a little bit more offensive firepower this year. We have a little bit more pace up top where we can put pressure on the other team's defenders and try to get in behind and finish some goals and put some in the back of the net. So, it's nice to see them kind of clicking offensively. And like I said the other day, we're only a month and a half in with most of these players playing together, so they're kind of getting that chemistry down, and it's really starting to click now.
When you recruited, you knew, and I think you and I talked about this previously, that you knew you were going to have to get some offensive-minded players. Did you know they would be this good?
I knew they were good, but I didn't think they would be this good this quickly. Yeah. Which is a nice surprise for us. So, hopefully we can keep it together here for not only this year, but we got 3 more years down the road with them too. You
know, your defense has played well too. You don't leave many areas unguarded, and you don't see like we've seen in previous years where the goalie's kind of back there left by herself. The mentality is a whole lot different there too. Yeah, it is, and I think it's another year of playing under us now with this formation that we're playing now. We start off with a
5 defenders in the back. We're playing a 5-3-2. And then when we attack, we try to get a couple of those defenders forward, and it changes kind of to like a 3-5-2 offensively. But having more numbers behind the ball and staying more organized has really helped in us keeping the ball out of our own net this year.
I have to bring up, and I don't like to do this, but sometimes one player kind of stands out in my mind, and that's Chloe Lomenzo. Not just because of her ability to score, but the way she dribbles the ball, and she's everywhere. You know, I'll look up, she's over here. Look up, she's back over here. And you don't see very many players that are doing that and that active all the time.
Yeah, she's been tremendous. She's kind of playing a different role for us this year, is playing in the center midfield position, which allows her to kind of be all over the field and have it more of an impact on the game for us, and having her foot on the ball and making decisions instead of maybe just having her up top where she's used to playing and not being active as she could be. So we kind of have her in the middle of the field, and you know, she's done a really good job with that.
You know, what's fun about it is when you look at the other team, you see when she's dribbling, all of a sudden here's one other jersey, here comes another. It's like they're going after her to make sure they want to get it out of her, get off her foot anyway, because she's so in attack mode all the time that she's drawing double and triple teams.
Yeah, and now that her name is out there and she's leading the conference in scoring and leading our team, you know, the scouting reports are out there and she's out there on film. So people are aware of her now. So she's drawing now some double, triple teams, like you said, and now she's been able to find other players, and other players have stepped up now once she's gotten them the ball, and they've been able to put the ball in the back of the net.
Your passing is, when I go back to, and this is all I have to compare with last year because you started last year, but your passing is so much more crisp and so much better, and your spacing is just so much better too.
Yeah, and it's something we talk about all the time is we want to keep the ball as much as possible because the other team doesn't have the ball.
They can't score. There you go.
So we work on the possession and passing almost daily in practice, and you know we don't want to give the ball away cheaply, and you know we want to try to keep it as much as possible, and they've done a really good job with that so far. You know,
in any sport, you treat that possession like gold, you treat that ball like gold, and you're exactly right, because if you have it, they can't do anything with it, and they can get frustrated chasing the ball all around too.
Exactly, and we say this all the time, like let the ball do the work.
Yeah.
And especially here in the past few weeks, so it's been kind of really warm for this time of year. You know, let the other team chase and have them tire out basically, and we keep the ball at our feet and just try to wear them out, and then hopefully by the end of the game, you know, they're so tired that we can just kind of ping the ball around them and get some easy looks on goal.
Fun to watch, aren't you? I mean, you really are fun to watch.
Yeah, so far, you know, it's a nice game to watch here, and you know, hopefully we just continue to improve and keep getting better.
I want to remind everyone that it's a Tuesday matchup against Rose, not Wednesday. Some people may think it's a Wednesday, like yours truly. But it is tomorrow. Talk about Rose and back into conference play.
Yeah, we got Rose coming into our house tomorrow, and they're a very well-coached team, always very organized. Defensively, they get numbers behind the ball, and they're very tough to break down. They're also returning the last year's Freshman of the Year, and she's got a lot of pace up top, and so we really need to be aware of her and where she's at all times, and just got to be patient when trying to break their defense down and not force things. So, but yeah, they're a very well-coached team. Played a very tough non-conference schedule, and so it should be a good matchup.
Yeah, great challenge, huh?
Yeah.
Saturday back on the road. Talk a little bit about going to Mount St. Joe on Saturday. I know you don't like to jump too far ahead because, again, your focus is on Tuesday, but you're back on the road Saturday.
Yeah, back on the road down in Cincinnati to play Mount St. Joe. They're another team that's off to a very hot start. They were in first place in the conference going into the conference play. They just lost to Anderson. So I'm sure they're hungry to get back on the win column. But yeah, they're a very good team. Their coach has done a good job there and kind of building them back up, and he's brought in some good recruiting classes as well. So it's going to be definitely a good challenge for us on the road.
Chad, it has to feel pretty good, though, that you know, people can't just say, well, there's that win at Earlham right there on that. It doesn't work that way anymore, does it?
No. And as I'm putting our schedule together for next year, people wanted to play us all the time when we were not so good. Yeah. And now that they see we've got some wins and kind of hearing through the grapevine, some of the players that we have in now, it's a lot tougher to schedule matches. So, that kind of word's getting out there, and it's kind of a cool buzz around here now.
Yeah, I like that respect, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Coach, good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much.
All right, and of course, again, Tuesday, it'll be a 3:30 start time, correct?
Correct.
So 3:30, we'll have the match for you right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. And again, the Quakers will be on the road Saturday at Mount St. Joe. Make sure also you check out the website, goearlham.com, for all the latest information on the men's and women's soccer teams, every team that's going on. Mitch Blankensport does a great job keeping us up to date on what is happening in Earlham sports. And we'll see you next time right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Hey, we're back once again at Matlack Messer Stadium on the campus of Earlham College. We're ready to get this one underway here this afternoon. We'll give you the starting lineups here as we get through the first couple of minutes of half number one. A beautiful afternoon. Temperatures around 80 degrees. Plenty of sunshine as the Quakers again will look to go to 2-0 in conference play. Real quick, though, Rose-Hulman, they've won the last 4 matchups against these two teams, and I should mention they've been relatively close throughout the entire series. When you go back at least the most recent series, last year 2-1 Rose won that one. 2 years ago it was 4-2 Rose. You go back to the 14 season, 1-0, and then in 13 it was a 2-1 final. So, again, the Quakers have played this one very tough, but, again, have come up short in the last 4 meetings. By the way, Rose will be in their all-red uniforms, the Quakers in their home whites, and the Quakers, by the way, a little bit of a different starting lineup here today. We'll get to that coming up in a couple of moments. By the way, Rose, they have struggled. They got off to a good start, and but you look at the last few matches, they've lost 4 out of 5, including a tough one on the road at Transy, their last time out. We'll talk more about Rose coming up here in a couple of moments. As the Fighting Engineers will control the ball here to the near side, there's Madeline Romeo, and of course the leading scorer on this team is number 3, Madeline Romeo, 3 goals and 3 assists. We'll keep an eye on her today. Also number 6 is Jessica Wells. She has 4 goals and an assist. Number 8, Maddie Tweeton, is another one of the leading scorers at 4 goals and 2 assists, and then 4 assists by Lauren London, leading the way today for Rose-Hulman. So here's how the Fighting Engineers, as they control the ball behind, it'll be Carly Weinberg in goal this afternoon. She's out of Guiderland, New York, and she has given up 14 goals this year. A goals against average of 1.46, 54 saves, and her save percentage is at .794, and she has all 10 of the decisions so far this year. As you get a look at Romeo left of the box with the centering pass, and that one knocked away, will go above the box. Quakers look to knock that one away, and it'll come back again to Romeo here to the near side. Romeo again will put that pass by Aaron Welsh, and Stacey will come out and play the ball here for the Quakers. So Weinberg will be the goalkeeper this afternoon. We've mentioned Madeline Romeo, the senior out of Woodland Hills, California. Jessica Wells is out of Warren Central High School in Indianapolis. She is a sophomore. Steph Panzenhagen will get the start today. Panzenhagen is out of New Berlin, Wisconsin. She is a senior. Jillian Caffrey is a sophomore out of Oceanside, California. Lauren London out of Hurricane, West Virginia. Sabrina Ilian is out of Long Grove, Illinois. She gets the start today. Kirby Kern is out of Keller, Texas. Brianna Turner out of Canby, Indiana. She played her high school soccer at Decatur Central. Samantha Jacobs is out of Orland Park, Illinois. The defenseman and, again, a junior getting the start today for the Fighting Engineers. And then Cora Arnold, one of the other captains on the team. She's out of West Covina, California. She is a sophomore. So that's how the Engineers line up today. That is Cora Arnold working to the near side with Wells. Quakers with a takeaway, and here's how the Quakers starting here this afternoon. A little bit of a different change in their starting lineup, but again, this is a very deep team right now. We'd mentioned Sari Stacey getting the start in goal. She'll be joined by Erin Welsh, along with Abby Smith, the senior out of Mount Vernon, Ohio. Emma Hoffman back on defense again. She's out of Monrovia, Indiana. She's another senior. Isabella Lopez, the senior out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Lydia Harvey, junior out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, starting today. Kelsey Moore, senior out of Granville, Ohio, will be in the midfield today for the Quakers. You get a look at Romeo here to the near side, working against Welsh. And she'll kick it back outside to Arnold, and that one driven to the right of Sari Stacey. Will take it on one bounce. The final few players starting today for the Quakers, including Jennifer Doyer, the freshman out of Westchester, Ohio. Emma Lady, she is a sophomore from Richmond. Haley Beal out of Donaldsville, Ohio, a freshman midfielder. And then Raven McCree will get the start today as well. She's out of Beaver Creek, Ohio. The one name that is missing out of that starting lineup is Chloe Lamenzo, the freshman out of Yelm, Washington. Lamenzo leads the team in scoring. Lamenzo with 8 goals and 3 assists and 19 total points on the season. But again, she will come off the bench today. Yana Miller, the second leading scorer, who has started 3 times this year with 6 goals, also coming off the bench today for the Quakers. So there you have it, both starting lineups, as again we're about 5 minutes in here in the first half, as the Quakers will have a throw-in from the far side. Here's Emma Lady looking to attack here to the near side. Good look at Erin Welsh. Welsh will set this one up to the far side. Pass intended for Abby Smith and cleared out as the Fighting Engineers go on the counterattack at midfield. You know, we talked last time we were here just how well this Earlham team plays at home. The average around 5 goals per contest here at home. Though their last time out they were held to 2 against Bluffton, but that was a pretty good game as the Quakers defensively played extremely well. That one coming out of bounds. Arnold taking a shot here to the near sideline and a throw-in by Erin Welsh. But the Quakers, of course, it's a little bit skewed when you go back to the McMurray matchup in which the Quakers scored 12. But they had been consistently putting goals on the board here at home, and they're hoping to do the same thing today. Plus, they've gotten some pretty good goalkeeping by the sophomore, Sari Stacey. Ball played past midfield. Quakers look to go back on the attack, and Beal with the right foot looking to the far side. She had Doyer there as the ball will now go out of play, and we'll have a throw-in here by Rose-Hulman. This is not a high-scoring Rose-Hulman team. As you look at their numbers, they've only taken 115 shots, only averaging about 11.5 shots per contest in their first 10 games. They've scored only 15 goals, and I think the numbers are pretty apparent right there, 1.5 goals per contest. So they played defensive soccer, and they're hoping to do the same thing here today as Kelsey Moore on the chase. And there's Emma Lady once again with the left foot. Doyer to the far side, just to the left of the box. Doyer trying to put that ball back to the middle, and coming from behind will be Samantha Jacobs to knock that one out of play. And the Quakers attacking from that left side, but Jacobs there on the left post to make sure that the Quakers cannot get it better into scoring position. We'll check out the HCAC standings, which there are right now 5 teams on top, including this Earlham team. And again, trying to go to 2-0 in conference play here today, as that is Kelsey Moore with the first corner of the day, and a good ball by Moore, and we've got a whistle, and that'll go against the Quakers off the first corner of the afternoon. Pretty good ball that time, though, by Moore. Kelsey getting inserted into the starting lineup today. Moore making her 5th start as the Engineers, that's Carly Weinberg, will put it in play. She'll play this conservative here to the near side. That is Abby Smith there for the Quakers as she battles against Madeline Romeo. So right now the Engineers, they're really looking to rely a lot on 3 players, including Romeo and Wells, who are in the starting lineup here this afternoon. And here is Wells to the near side. Ahead now to London. London gets it in the box, but there's, Stacey again for the Quakers. Lydia Harvey was on the chase as well. Puts this one high in the air, and a 50-50 ball, and there for the Quakers is Doyer once again. Quakers off the double team. They get that ball away from Panzenhagen, and it will go out of play, and we'll see Rose-Hulman with a throw-in. Doyer there able to steal that one away, and the lead kick knocked away again by Samantha Jacobs, as we'll play this ball very close to midfield, and again off the right foot of Sabrina Ilian. And the official says we will go back the other way, and we'll have a throw-in again by the Fighting Engineers. Game number 2 of the HCAC season. After today, the Quakers on the road, as they will go to Mount St. Joe, Defiance, Anderson, and Hanover. So 4 straight. So this is a big contest today for this Earlham team before they head on the road. Here's Emma Hoffman. He'll play it to the near side. Welsh across the midfield stripe and quickly taken away by Cora Arnold. She's looking for Jessica Wells, who can't catch up with it, and there is Stacey again for the Quakers. We are now coming up on the 10-minute mark as we played 10 minutes of soccer here this afternoon, and that one by Stacey going out of bounds here on the near side. Erin Welsh, the closest. And the official will make Arnold come back, and we do have a change now. Coming out of the lineup for Rose-Hulman will be Lauren London. That is number 11, and coming in will be number 8, which is Maddie Tweeton. Tweeton is out of Owings, Maryland. We mentioned Tweeton a couple of moments ago. 4 goals coming into this one here today. Rose-Hulman in the box, and this one off the right foot. And immediately coming in was Tweeton there to get a good look against Stacey, but goes wide to the left. And that one will go back over to the Quakers. Under the 35-minute mark. By the way, Wells was the HCAC Freshman of the Year last year. Quakers may very well have the HCAC Freshman of the Year this year if Lomenzo keeps playing the way she has been playing. Leading the Quakers in scoring. So now Rose in position in the attacking third. This is Caffrey out front. Caffrey takes a shot in the right leg. It's knocked down. Behind that was Raven McCree. Good job defensively for the Quakers. Here's Welsh to the near side. Looking back to the inside, and that was Romeo's. We will go back and forth here in Earlham territory, and the Quakers try to advance it again. That was Emma Hoffman. Could not get it by Jessica Wells. And the ball stays in bounds, and Hoffman lifting that one in the air on the line drive kick. And to chase this one to the near side will be Turner. Turner will see this one go out of play, and that was Kelsey Moore, the last to touch it. Hanover, Anderson, Franklin, Earlham, and Transylvania all at 1-0. Moore will go down here on the near side. Mount St. Joe, Rose, Defiance, Bluffton, and Manchester all at 0-1 in conference play. By the way, the Quakers with their 5 wins, only behind Hanover, Anderson, and Mount St. Joe through the first 10 or perhaps 11 games of this season. Alien will put this one high in the air as the Engineers in the attacking third again, just outside the box. Wells looking back to the middle. Quakers defensively knocking away. That's Harvey. And then finally cleared out of there by Aaron Welsh. Good job by Welsh. And now Rose-Hulman back on the attack once again. This one lifted high to the near side. Wells is offsides. So the Quakers will get it back after the offsides by Rose-Hulman. Well, it appears, at least early, Rose-Hulman playing a little more aggressive than maybe their numbers have shown in their first 10 matchups so far this year. Quakers will advance it to the far side. Doyer, one of the better handlers on the far side, unable to come up with that one as that ball is going to be short and returned again by Rose-Hulman. And the Quakers hustling after that one is Lydia Harvey able to come away with it. There's Lopez again. Doyer to the far side, advancing that ball with the left foot. Abby Smith. There's a 50-50 ball available, and the Quakers have Beal there as well. Beal looking back to the middle. Rose-Hulman able to come up with a loose ball as Kirby Kern there for the Fighting Engineers. And we'll go back and forth again as each team giving up the possession right at midfield. There's Emma Lady, the sophomore out of Richmond. Beal again to the middle of the field. Beal looking to her right. She has Welsh. Welsh sprinting ahead of the field. Welsh will stop back to the inside looking for a teammate, and it's going to be knocked high in the air. Back there defensively was Samantha Jacobs again. We've seen Jacobs able to do that a couple of times here this afternoon. And the Quakers will have a throw-in as Doyer will put it in play. That was intended for Kelsey Moore, and there is Weinberg to come out and scoop that one up. Coming up on the 31-minute mark. That's a nice ball that time by Weinberg. Had good distance as that one all the way to the midfield circle and then lifted in the air by Caffrey going deep to the near side. Rose-Hulman back to the attacking third. Here's Romeo with the left foot looking inside and may have an opportunity right here as that one off the left foot by Panzenhagen. And Panzenhagen may have had that one partially knocked down by Jennifer Doyer. Ball going to bounce on the far side. Doyer will have a throw-in for the Quakers. Still no score here in the first half. And we're not anticipating we may see a whole lot of goals here today. Here come the Fighting Engineers again. They try to go back to the inside, and Raven McCree able to clear that one back out front. And here's Kelsey Moore again to the near side. We'll lift that one high in the air. A little shove from behind there by Turner. Abby Smith able to keep it. As the ball back in the air again, here's Jacobs. Jacobs has been active defensively so far for Rose-Hulman. Here's Romeo once again. Romeo now will go to the far side as they'll play it from behind. Ilian looking ahead, and that pass intended, I believe, again for number 8, which is Tweeton. The ball comes loose, high in the air again by Turner. Quakers have Beal there, and again, Isabella Lopez will find Emma Lady. Lady with the left foot, hoping, I think, to get that to Doyer, who was trailing the play. And Rose-Hulman able to come away with it once again. Panzenhagen there for the Fighting Engineers as they go back on the counterattack. Quakers won't allow that to happen very long as you had Beal there and Doyer there as well. Lopez fighting for the loose ball along with Jessica Wells. Wells will come up with it. And here we go the other way once again for the Engineers. Good hustle down the pitch that time by Lydia Harvey as she managed to get that ball away from Tweeton. And eventually goes out of play, and it will go back over again to the Quakers, and Doyer will have a throw-in. Emma Lady there to knock that one down. She has Beal to her left. Lady comes back to Lopez. Lopez to the middle. Kelsey Moore taps that one ahead. It went behind Abby Smith and picked up by Samantha Jacobs again for the Fighting Engineers. That ball sent back again into Earlham territory, and good job once again by Lydia Harvey. able to stop the attack just across midfield. Emma Lady was anticipating Doyer down the sideline, and she kicks it out of play. Coming up on 28 minutes now remaining here in the first half. Quakers with a takeaway. Here's Beal. Beal, good job as she reverses direction. Will kick that toward the sideline. And Doyer able to catch up with it and knock that off the leg of Ilian. And the Quakers have a throw-in. Emma Lady going one-on-one that time with Kirby Kern. And Kern with the header able to get the takeaway. And here come the Fighting Engineers once again as they come back on the counterattack. And this is one of the players they want to get it to, and that's Romeo. Arnold will turn and look ahead to the far side. We could have an offsides right here, and we will. Not a bad pass that time, but Panzenhagen ahead of the field for another offsides for Rose-Hulman. We'll mention the Quakers are going to be back on the road at Mount St. Joe. That'll be coming up on Saturday, and a reminder, that'll be a 1 o'clock start time. You can check out Earlham's website, goearlham.com, for the preview of that matchup here in the next couple of days, as Raven McCree will put that ball into play as Emma Lady here to the near side with Hoffman. Hoffman with the left foot. That's intended for Welsh and come out of bounds by Arnold, and nope, they're going to say that Welsh the last to touch it. Then again, the Quakers will travel to Defiance October 11th. They'll go to Anderson October 14th, and then Hanover October 18th. Here come the Engineers again, and there's Romeo with the left foot, knocked down by Sari Stisi.
Let's go, EC!
Finally, the last road contest for the Quakers in that 4-match road trip will be October 18th, so we won't see this team back here until October 21st against Franklin. Loose ball to the near side will go out of play. Kelsey Moore will have a throw-in. Pass intended for Beal, knocked out of play by Jillian Caffrey. This time the throw-in will go to Aaron Welsh. Here is Beal to the near side. Beal, nice move to get away from the defender and then quickly knocked back into Earlham territory, and a nice ball as Hoffman has to come back and get it. Stacey will go to McCree. Here's McCree on the dribble as she gets close to midfield to Lopez, back to the middle to Lady. Emma Lady to Moore, and Moore not a clean kick that time, as again it's cleared away by Caffrey, and back to get it for the Quakers will be Emma Hoffman. Hoffman looking to Lopez. We may see a few changes here for the Quakers as several players coming up off the bench and getting loose as we're coming up on the 25-minute mark here in the first half. Here's Emma Lady to the near side, unable to keep it in play, and we'll go back over again to Rose-Hulman. On the throw-in, there is Harvey. Well, we've had a couple of shots here today, but so far no real threat in the scoring department yet. Maybe a little bit early by Rose-Hulman, but the Quakers unable to get anything going so far on offense as that ball's lifted to the far side, and there for the Quakers is Doyer. She will play the left side most of the afternoon. That pass ahead to Abby Smith. Smith trying to get it away from Ilian. And again, the ball will go to play. Quakers will give it back to the Fighting Engineers, who go back on the counterattack once again. There's Beal with the takeaway. Beal looking to the inside. Moore taps it back again to Smith. Here come the Quakers on the near side. Can they get a look? Here's Welsh back to, well, Moore to the inside. That was Abby Smith at the top, and the ball again will come outside. The Quakers unable to do anything in their offensive set, so again the Engineers back the other way. Back to midfield is Isabella Lopez trailing from behind as Harvey will come up with a takeaway. Here's Doyer again. Instead of going to the outside, Doyer went back to the inside and was quickly taken away by Caffrey. Again, here's Panzenhagen. Panzenhagen looking ahead, and that ball knocked away off the right leg of Tweeten. And again, we'll be looking for both teams trying to get an advantage there at midfield, and a Rose-Hulman player went down. That is Kern. Lopez able to knock that one away from Caffrey as the ball goes to the far side. McCree is there. It eventually goes out of play, last touched by Caffrey. Rose will be making a change here relatively soon. They have a player ready to come in. In fact, now they have two different players set to come in. Maggie Sheeran is one of those out of O'Fallon, Illinois. She wears number 2. We'll see her relatively soon. Here's Kelsey Moore in the box. Moore reverses direction. Now the pass with the left foot, the header, and it's going to be knocked down. That was Emma Lady with the header. And there's your defenseman so far that's played well, Samantha Jacobs. Player went down. And the official will stop the clock. And it looks like that's number 10, Jillian Caffrey. So while they attend to Caffrey, we'll take a quick timeout. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, no score. This is Earlham Women's Soccer right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
It's summertime, the kids are home, and traffic on your carpet is pretty heavy. Let Georgia Direct install stain-proof, waterproof carpet that's easy to take care of and gives your home a fresh new look. Georgia Direct has great-looking carpet, colorful tile, beautiful hardwood flooring, and more. And for the kitchen, the Georgia Direct showroom features lots of new cabinets and design ideas. Georgia Direct in Richmond, National Road East, exit 156A, just off I-70, next to Red Lobster. For price, selection, experience, and service, it's Georgia Direct.
We're back once again here at Matlack Messer Stadium as the injured player coming off. That was Jillian Caffrey. 2:22 remaining again here in the first half. And we are back underway. Great to have you with us. And again, a beautiful afternoon as these two teams scoreless so far. Not many offensive opportunities either way. So now the Fighting Engineers with a throw-in. That is Sabrina Ilian on the throw-in. Not a strong throw. Ilian able to come back with it, looking to the middle. And by the way, we mentioned that the new player in, Maggie Sheeran, is a freshman midfielder now for the Engineers. Quakers able to hustle back again. Harvey, always dependable back on defense. Of course, also back there for the Quakers, Aaron Welsh. Beal to the far side. Doyer went to Emma Lady. Lady tried the little give and go, but knocked away by Sheeran. And that ball again will find its way to Stacey. Stacey lifting that one just over the reach of Romeo, intended to the near side to Welsh. Quakers again. Welsh looking ahead to Moore. Stolen away by Romeo. Romeo gets by Wells. Romeo looking back to the inside. Here is Wells. Wells tried to get that right foot into it. Could not do so thanks to Lydia Harvey. And the ball got a bounce in the corner. And we will have a throw-in for the Quakers. By the way, and I mentioned a little bit ago, we have not seen Chloe Lamenzo yet. For the Quakers, the team's leading scorer. Moore in a foot chase here with Cora Arnold. And Rose-Hulman again back to the counterattack. Here is Sheeran to the near side. Pass intended for Romeo goes out of play. Quakers have another throw in as Emma Hoffman will put it in play as we come up on the 20-minute mark here in the first half. Here is Welsh. And this will go over to the Fighting Engineers as the official says that was off of Welsh. And a throw in now by Arnold. Arnold intending that for Wells. Wells trying to chase it down, and Harvey sends it back once again past midfield. And it'll go to bounds. Kelsey Moore from behind. And again, you'll get a look at Cora Arnold on the throw-in. Pass intended for Wells again. Not a good throw-in. So Rose has had 2 throw-ins, and neither one of them have been very productive so far. Romeo battling one-on-one there with Welsh. Lopez able to get a piece of that one, as did Maddie Tweeton. Here come the Fighting Engineers again. They've got it in the attacking third. Quakers being challenged here on defense. And Beal from behind, as this is once again Sheeran. Sheeran got a little shove and got away with it as Emma Lady went down. And again, Rose-Hulman keeping it in the attacking portion right here, trying to put the pressure on this Earlham defense. This one struck with the right foot. And that is off of Maddie Tweeton once again, and picked up by Stacey. Stacey looking again to the far side, and Doyer there for the Quakers. Here's Beal, turns, gets between a double team, and Beal again with the left foot tap, cannot keep it as that's taken away by Ilian. Quakers come up with it once again, and will come to the near side. Here's Welsh. Welsh will find Moore. Moore right of the box, and this one with the right foot going high in the air. The header will be just off to the left, and the attempt that time by Beal. And we will have a change now for the Quakers. Coming into the lineup will be number 15, Yana Miller. Miller coming off the bench today as Abby Smith will take a seat. Yana Miller so far second on the team in goals scored with 6. Just a freshman. Miller is one of the many talented freshmen that Chad Harden has recruited. And they have been a much better team offensively than they were last year. It was almost night and day. Here's Harvey. Hoffman back to the middle. Here's Lopez. Coach Harden, you heard him in the pregame talk about they had to go out and find some players that could put the ball in the net, and they have done so. McCree, Lopez, a little triangle game between those two and Beal. Doyer able to come away with it. And on the backside, that's Jacobs again. And boy, Jacobs, she has stopped several attacks by the Quakers here this afternoon, and Jacobs did it again. Throw in here by the Fighting Engineers. That's Wells again. Ball goes out of play. Last touched by Rose-Hulman. Lydia Harvey there for the Quakers, and we will see Emma Lady come out, and here is Chloe Lomenzo. So Lomenzo is in. Team's leading scorer for the first time today with just under 17 minutes remaining here in the first half. Lomenzo, we talked about her in the pregame as well. Very, very active offensively, and Coach Harden likes the energy that she brings to this team, and she's going to bring it off the bench here this afternoon. This will be the first time in the 11 games the Quakers have played this year that Lomenzo has not started. She will wear number 14. Panzenhagen to the far side again for the Fighting Engineers, and Beal with the takeaway. Here's Lomenzo. And Lomenzo, one of the better dribblers you'll see, and one of the better passers you'll see as well. Here's Beal. Once again, Lomenzo. Lomenzo to the inside to Miller. Miller with the left foot, and that'll go wide to the left. And that shows you what the Quakers can do when Lomenzo's in the lineup. Great energy and the ability to push that ball quickly down the pitch, and she did it, and that she showed it right there, and she's only been in the lineup for less than 2 minutes, and the Quakers got a pretty good look when she's in the lineup, and she did it again. The other thing about Lomenzo, she is all over the field. It doesn't matter where she is. She's around the ball and very active, though they got her right there on the foul as she took a little shot that time and took Wells down at midfield. So here is Rose-Hulman again with the kick as we come up on the 15-minute mark. And again, nothing decided so far here this afternoon. Quakers will play this and shadow everyone that is within receiving distance of that kick, and McCree will clear that one away, but I think we may have another foul against the Quakers right here. So 2 straight against Earlham. So perhaps an opportunity now for the Engineers. Jacobs just above the circle, and let's see how the Quakers will play this. That wall is going to be again a few feet back as this one a line drive, and there is Stacey to pick that one up off the turf, and the Quakers will return back on offense. Again, no score here in the first half. Stacey high in the air all the way past midfield, and a good ball, but nobody there for the Quakers as it goes to the far side. Ilian unable to keep it in play. Doyer with a throw in. Here's Miller. Lomenzo knocked away briefly by Maggie Sheeran. Moore's ahead of the field. Miller. Here's Moore. Moore just outside the box, looking to her right. Moore gets by the defender, and the right foot waiting is Weinberg. A good job by Kelsey Moore. Had a chance there for the Quakers, and now Rose-Hulman back on the counterattack. Beal there to step in front of Sheeran. Another takeaway. Lomenzo to Moore. Back to Lomenzo. Lomenzo looking to Miller. Miller, and Miller with the left foot knocked away again by Weinberg. Boy, Miller got a pretty good look too, and thanks to Lomenzo putting the Quakers in scoring position. Ball went out of bounds on the far side, and Doyer will put it in play. Off the right foot of Sheeran. Quakers, again, a little different team now as that one is lifted to the near side. Now that Lomenzo is in, they've kind of picked their pace up a little bit. Nice ball that time as well. She took it between the legs of the defender and quickly stolen by Romeo. Quakers come back. There's Lomenzo again, near side. There is Hoffman, intended for Lopez. Moore able to come up with it, and again, here's Beal. You heard Coach Harden talk about it in the pregame. The one thing they try to do more this year is keep the possession, and the longer you have it, the other team unable to get anything offensively, as Raven McCree will watch that one go out of bounds on the far side. Quakers make a change. Here is Jordan Blackburn, number 17. She'll come in for Kelsey Moore. More good minutes here this afternoon, and Jordan Blackburn, another one of that freshman class out of Plymouth, Indiana, played her high school soccer at the Culver Academies. Ball knocked away, and Jacobs there again for the Fighting Engineers. Engineers have not had a real solid offensive attack in a while. See what they'll try to do here is Lopez on the chase as Sheeran sends this one ahead. Stacey will come out as she, along with Emma Hoffman, coming together, and Stacey again sends that one back across midfield. Beal intended that for Doyer. It went behind her. Here's Miller on the reverse header, and Blackburn again unable to keep that attack going as it comes back to midfield as Wells there once again for the Engineers. Sheeran, far side. Quakers able to peel back quickly as McCree will send that one out of bounds, and this will give the Quaker defense a chance to regroup as we've now made it under the 11-minute mark in the first half. Throwing once again for the Fighting Engineers. Raven McCree able to keep her body on the defender as Tweeten trying to get by her. McCree found her teammate Harvey as again it goes out of play. We'll have a throw in as Doyer will put it in play for the Quakers. Blackburn there for Earlham. Blackburn didn't play a whole lot in the last contest we had here when the Quakers beat Bluffton. In the lineup here today, here's Miller. Miller to the right. Lamenzo. Lamenzo has a chance. Lamenzo in the box, looks back to the middle, and Blackburn was there and coming out to knock it away is Weinberg. Heck of a pass again by Lamenzo, and Blackburn almost got the first goal of the afternoon, as coming into the lineup, number 19 now for Rose-Hulman is Corey Ewald. Leaving the game will be Maddie Tweeton. Also coming in is that number 20, I believe that's Melissa Rivera. And I did not see who else came out for Rose-Hulman, but Rivera is in as we come up on the 9-minute mark now here in the first half. Well, you can again just see, or at least even feel, how this team is different when Lamenzo is in there, as they've been able to attack several times. There's Lamenzo. She got hooked up that time with Maggie Sheeran, and they'll call that foul on Lamenzo. But you have to like the aggressiveness of Lamenzo. Coach Sheeran said that she was even considering a couple of D1 offers, but went ahead and decided she wanted to come here to Earlham and be a part of their rebuilding program, and has paid immediate dividends. Back to the middle. Here's Lamenzo again. Lamenzo has it tipped away momentarily by Rivera. There's Jacobs again trying to advance that ball as the Quakers have Raven McCree there. There's Lamenzo. This time the foul will go against Madeline Romeo. So Lamenzo playing aggressive. Here's McCree. She has Doyer to her left, and McCree trying to advance it to the sideline. It's going to be knocked out of play, and again we'll see the Quakers with another throw-in. Blackburn trying to look back to the middle. Wells there for Rose-Hulman. This one ahead, intended for Sheeran. Goes out of play. Quakers will have to hustle back quickly as Rose-Hulman able to get that ball back into play. Here's Wells. Wells knocked away. Quakers again able to defend. Wells, of course, we know her ability to put the ball in the net, as that one will sail wide to the right. And there for the Quakers again, Stacey. So we come up on the 7-minute mark now here in the first half. Of course, at halftime, we'll run down the first half numbers. Quakers will put that ball back into play again, intended for McCree. Beal was there as well for the Quakers. And this will go back over again to the Fighting Engineers. Here's Jacobs again at midfield. Went back to the inside, Wells. Wells unable to come away with it. Quakers had Lopez there on defense. And once again, we'll stay in the attacking third as Lamenzo there able to disrupt that attack, and that ball goes wide to the right. And another change here for the Quakers.
Let's get this goal!
Looks like McCree is coming out.
Hey, young boys, practice, huh? Oh, we got one on Wednesday. It's away though. Hey, it's practice.
Looks like number 4. Is that number 4? That's a Magdalena Gallagher. So we'll see Gallagher for the first time today. Gallagher, another freshman out of St. Paul, Minnesota. I was mentioning about Jordan Blackburn. She had not played in the last couple of games. She is the team's 5th leading scorer. Gallagher so far in the 9 games she has played, she has started 8 of those. But again, She's one of the defensemen you look as that one goes wide to the left as Stacey playing that one perfectly. And we're coming up on the 5-minute mark. Back to Blackburn. She's a defenseman that you can basically move anywhere on the field, and Coach Harden feels very comfortable bringing her in the lineup. But again, she may have missed a couple of games. We haven't heard anything about an injury or such, but Coach Harden playing a lot of different players here in this early portion of the season, though we're about at the halfway mark. Just the early portion of the conference season so far. Here is Arnold with a throw-in for Rose-Hulman. It's going to be Wells battling one-on-one with Hoffman. Hoffman unable to get to it, but behind her was Lydia Harvey, and Harvey sends it out of bounds just in front of the press box. Another throw in Lopez there along with Emma Hoffman. Here's Romeo again. Romeo will send this one in the air into the box. The header by Harvey, and then this one is quickly hit high in the air to the right side and picked up by Stacey. So no shot that time for the Fighting Engineers, but they'll come back. There's a takeaway. Ewalt there for Rose-Hulman. And we may have a foul call against the Quakers. I think they got Gallagher. And now into the 4-minute mark. Here's a kick by Rose-Hulman. That one curves it to the outside. Ball will find its way in the box. Chasing it for the Engineers was Sheeran, but there is again, Stacey able to pick that one up. Stacey looking to midfield and a little bit over the head of Lamenzo. But here come the Quakers. Here's Lamenzo off the pass from Blackburn to the right side. Here's Welsh. Welsh back inside and quickly knocked away. Good job defensively by Turner. And we will have a corner now for the Quakers. Lamenzo will put it in play for Earlham. Defending the near post will be Arnold as that one is high in the air. Went to the left side in that back post for Rose-Hulman. That was Ilian. And Arnold to the near side, Ilian to the far side, guarding both the left and right post. As the ball back to midfield, here again is Lopez, and it's taken away by Sheeran. Ball sent deep once again on the backside. Jacobs. Here's Romeo. Ball ahead. Here come the Fighting Engineers in the box. Back there defensively for the Quakers is Gallagher. And there's the left foot right into the awaiting arms of Stacey, off the left foot that time of Ogden, as we've seen Ellie Ogden come in out of Lexington, Kentucky. And we are now to the 2-minute mark. Throw in by the Quakers as Welsh will try to get it to Blackburn. Arnold steps in. Blackburn with a takeaway. Blackburn goes back to Lopez. Lopez ahead to Beal. And Beal again will go to Lopez, but again the pass off the mark and taken away by Ilian there for Rose-Hulman. Chasing it is Romeo, and Romeo may get a look right here, but good hustle by Emma Hoffman, able to take it away from Romeo. Just over a minute remaining. 44 minutes played, and so far nothing decided in this first half either way, as that one lifted in the air by Romeo, and that'll be an offsides. They got Sheeran ahead of the field. This will probably be the Quakers' last offensive opportunity. Quakers look to the far side again. There is Gallagher. Gallagher with the right foot went right past two of her teammates, but fortunately waiting behind her for the Quakers as this one centered and goes to the far post, and no one there for the Quakers. Back to the inside, and once again Rose able to knock it away. 12 seconds. They'll have a corner, and Lamenzo knows she'll have to hurry. She lays it down in a line drive kick, and that is going to do it for the first half of play. Well, we have made it to halftime. No score between the Engineers and the Quakers on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Once we get the stats, we'll come back and see what happened in the first half. This is Earlham Women's Soccer right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Not all insurance agents are the same. Choosing the right one can make a big difference in price, service, and value. That's why you should choose Harrington Hoke Insurance. As an independent agent, they don't work for an insurance company. They work for you, the client. And their job is to get to know you, your family, and your business so that they can help you develop an insurance plan that is just for you. Serving Richmond and all of Indiana since 1933, Harrington Hoke Insurance, we got this.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of this serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Provider Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters. A division of Richmond Power and Light.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
We're back once again here at Matlack Messer Stadium on the campus of Earlham College, and so far no score. We have not seen a whole lot offensively. Of course, the goals will show that, but nothing, at least even from a shot standpoint. Rose out shooting Earlham 7-5 in that first half. The Quakers did have 3 corners. Rose, no corners in the first half. In the foul department, Earlham with 5, Rose with just 1 foul in the first half. Rose-Hulman was led in the shot department by Tweeton with 2, and just 1 each by Ogden, 1 by Jacobs, also a shot by Caffrey. Panzenhagen had 1 shot, and Romeo with 1 shot. They've held Wells, Earlham holding Wells to no shots in that first half, so there's some good news there. And we mentioned Wells, one of the offensive threats in that first half. And again, so you look between Romeo and Wells, 3 goals and 4 goals between the two. So only just 1 shot so far. So there's good news there for that Earlham defense. For the Quakers in the shot department, Yana Miller with 2. She came off the bench here this afternoon. Blackburn with 1. So the Quakers had 3 of their 5 shots coming off the bench. Beal with a single shot, Moore with a single shot, and that is it for the Quakers here this afternoon. Just not much offensively by either one of these two teams. Now, we said that might be the case coming into this one here this afternoon. We did not anticipate we'd see a whole lot of scoring by either one of these two teams, and that has played true so far. All right, when we come back, we'll check out, of course, the volleyball team is in action, and they, in fact, are playing tomorrow against Rose. They have snapped their 63-match losing streak in conference play as they won the other day against a Manchester team. We'll talk about that. Plus, we're getting ready for the first football game at home coming up on Saturday, as well as the Quakers, after playing 4 on the road, will finally play 1 at home before they head back onto the road again next Saturday. We'll do that coming up in a couple of moments. This is Earlham Women's Soccer, right here on Radio Troy Digital Sport.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Drive in for the win and drive out with savings. It's a savings drive only at Wetzel Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Choose from our huge selection and drive away with a win. Right now, you can save up to $7,000 on every Cherokee in stock. Or lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude from only $218 a month for 24 months. Or how about saving over $5,000 on most Pacifica and Grand Caravan models in stock? Drive in for savings during the savings drive at Wetzel Chrysler Richmond.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120.
At Square Donuts, we take our donuts seriously, and apparently so do our customers. Square Donuts is by far the #1 donut shop in Richmond. At Square Donuts, we bake our donuts, cinnamon rolls, long johns, and many other varieties fresh daily. Donuts became our family tradition and business in 1967, and we've continued through 3 generations. Square Donuts in Richmond has 2 locations, including 1241 Northwest 5th Street and 3637 East Main in the Hoppy Jeweler Plaza. Square Donuts of Richmond. We never cut corners and never will.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together, we make powerful partners. For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
Back here at Matlack Messer Stadium on our halftime report, the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. There you see it right there. No score in the first half. We're still about 5.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Now, we had mentioned that coming up on Saturday, we will have our next two broadcasts coming up as the Earlham football team will be back home for the first time. Their first 4 games played on the road, and they're coming off a loss in their last contest at Defiance, 34-14. And boy, Wes Hundley still playing well. He has been the majority of, in fact, if you look at it, probably 75 to 80% of their offense coming from Wes Hundley. 144 yards through the air, 128 yards on the ground on 24 carries last week in that loss. So he ended up with 272 yards of total offense out of their 320. Colby Walker finished with 17 tackles, but now the Quakers have a daunting task ahead of them as they take on a Franklin College team that in their last 2 games, they've averaged 64 points and 647 yards of total offense. So we'll have that game for you Saturday, and again, we'll be on the air at around 1:10, and the kickoff is at 1:30. Also Saturday, Brian Cox will be here. He'll be bringing you the Earlham volleyball game as the Quakers will be back in action. Of course, now they'll be playing Rose tomorrow. We'll have that one. And then he'll be back coming up as well. So the volleyball team who will play Defiance tomorrow and then back on Saturday. But they beat Manchester for their first HCAC win. That snapped a 63-match losing streak. They had not won a game in conference play, so Coach Horton doing a nice job. They've won 6 out of their last 7. They're now 13-5 on the season. And again, they play Defiance tomorrow, and we'll have that for you. That starts at 7. We'll be on the air at around 6:45 right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. We are at halftime, and again, no score between Rose and Earlham. We'll come back with a second half in just a couple of moments. This is Earlham Women's Soccer right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do, but for me, the choice was an easy one. I went to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond. I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's and couldn't be happier with the service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked with me through the entire process. If you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West, or give them a call at 962-5665. Or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Drive in for the win and drive out with savings. It's a savings drive only at Wetzel Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Choose from our huge selection and drive away with a win. Right now, you can save up to $7,000 on every Cherokee in stock. Or lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude from only $218 a month for 24 months. Or how about saving over $5,000 on most Pacifica and Grand Caravan models in stock? Drive in for savings during the Savings Drive at Wetzel Chrysler Richmond.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
We are gearing up for the second half. Want to remind you today's game being brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Tuesday the oven roasted chicken, Wednesday the turkey breast, and Thursday the Italian BMT. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. We are ready for the second half as the Quakers and the Fighting Engineers will battle it out again. Another 45 minutes to be played, and Earlham again will be attacking from right to left. By the way, Lomenzo is starting here in the second half. We saw a huge difference in their offensive attack in the first half with Lomenzo in the lineup, so let's see if she can get things started again here early for the Quakers. And we are underway. Great to have you with us. Quakers again on the road. We won't see them for their next 4, so it'd be great to come in here with a win and move to 2-0 in conference play. Ball near side as Raven McCree there for the Quakers, unable to catch up with it. Here is Ilian to put it in play on a throw-in. Doyer able to come away with a takeaway. And the ball again will go out of bounds down the line as Raven McCree there for the Quakers. So far, neither team has had a very successful day on a throw-in as the Quakers will find Lomenzo back to the middle. Here is Moore, lead pass intended for Yana Miller. By the way, Miller getting the start in the second half, so both the teams' leading scorers in Lomenzo and Miller. Rose with the ball again at midfield. This one heading to the sideline as Aaron Welsh lets that one go out of play, and the Quakers have a throw-in. Welsh lifting it down the line, intended for Miller and headed out of bounds, and the Quakers will get another 15, 20 yards on a throw-in, and again another throw-in by Welsh. Beal on the chase, and that one quickly knocked away by Turner. Back to midfield. Here's London. London looking ahead and running that one down to the far side will be Hoffman. Hoffman will work it to Lopez. Here's Lomenzo. Lomenzo quickly will find Doyer to the middle. Beal unable to get that one as Caffrey steps in. And again, we'll see the Fighting Engineers try to get it back to midfield and go on the counterattack themselves. Megan Mattis, by the way, starting in the second half now for Rose-Hulman. As she looks ahead to the near side, here is London. London with the right foot. That one will go wide left, and Stacey will come out to scoop that one up, and the Quakers go back on the attack the other way. Stacey with a kick there is Moore, and that goes out of bounds. And we will have a throw-in now by the Engineers. That is Arnold with the throw-in. Intended for Wells. Quakers there again as Lopez able to tap that one to the sideline. Beal trying to get it past and looking for a teammate, Kelsey Moore, up the sideline. Can't do so as it goes out of play. And Lopez again with the takeaway, going back to Moore. Playing in a very small space on that far side, running in front of the Rose-Hulman bench, and neither team able to advance it. Engineers get it in play. Wells had it for a moment. And now the Engineers will play it from behind and come to the near side. Ilian back to the middle to Caffrey. There's Beal. Beal looking ahead, Lomenzo. Lomenzo will find her teammate ahead of the pack as Miller to the far side. Here's Moore. Moore stops to the inside with the left foot, high in the air and wide to the left. So Earlham got into the attacking third right where they wanted it, but the left foot that time by Kelsey Moore a little bit too strong as Weinberg will put it in play as we are now 4 minutes in to this second half. Ball again near side as you get a look at the Quakers trying to go on the attack with Doyer. Moore looking to chase that one down. In fact, she's in a foot race with Arnold as that one goes out of bounds again. And the Quakers will have a throw-in, and that again will be Welsh. Header there by Caffrey, back to midfield. Here's Lomenzo. Lomenzo, little tap to Beal, back to Lomenzo. Lomenzo on the dribble. The defender coming up. That again is Jacobs. Lomenzo back to the middle with the right foot inside to Miller. Miller trying to get it by the defender, number 15, Turner. Can't do so. To the outside, Doyer. Back once again to Miller. And there's that Rose-Hulman defense able to stop that one as that one goes out of play. Off the right foot of Welsh. So Weinberg again will put it in play for Rose-Hulman. Well, you have a feeling that Quakers can keep this attack up, and we have seen again with Lomenzo coming in with Miller. They put a little more pressure on that Rose-Hulman defense so far. If they can keep this going, they're going to get one of these times. There's Lomenzo again. Got away with a grab as Jessica Wells kind of gave her a look once Lomenzo grabbed her. As this one sent deep as McCree will give it off again to Stacey, and Stacey will kick this one herself and went to the far side, stolen away. Stacey better get back, and she does in time. And that was again Jessica Wells, and Stacey almost made a huge mistake. This one kicked high to the right, and another one goes out of play. That's Panzenhagen. Boy, that was almost a huge mistake there by Stacey. Stacey kind of tapped that ball to the right, and coming off the left side was Wells, and Wells almost made Stacey pay for it on the gamble, but Stacey able to hustle back. Here's Harvey. Harvey's right foot for Beal, and the header put into play down in the corner as it will stay in play. And the Quakers able to play it once again. Let's see if they can clear it out of there as they will find Lomenzo here to the near side. Lomenzo stops. Good ball movement again. Beal trying to advance it again. Will do so across midfield and trying to get it past Ilian. Beal again. Nothing there. Doyer. Lomenzo to the middle to Lopez. Lopez will now go behind to Hoffman. Quakers will try to attack again from the right side. Here's Moore. Moore started to advance, lost it, stolen away by the Engineers. And here is Wells again. Wells high in the air as that ball will go to the top. And Stacey coming out. She's going to play it again. She's way out of position right there, but there's no danger. But there is Wells again trying to keep it in play. Wells to the top. McCree will go down as the ball will stay alive. Lomenzo there for the Quakers and eventually taken away by Haley Beal. Here come the Engineers again as Caffrey trying to advance it twice as Panzenhagen is there once again for the Engineers. Here's Panzenhagen with the right foot looking to the inside, and we have, I believe, an offsides here by the Fighting Engineers. A little too close that time for the Quakers here in the second half as we are now coming up on the 36-minute mark. Sorry, Stacey will watch her teammate, and that's going to be that Lydia Harvey who's going to put it in play here. So Harvey going to the far side, intended for a Beal, and that'll be whistled a foul call against Panzenhagen. And we're officially at the 36-minute mark now in the second half. Still no score here from Earlham College and Matlack Messer Stadium. Here's Lopez. The little back kick intended for Yana Miller. Comes up short. Stolen away by Rose-Hulman. That one went behind Jacobs, able to recover in time, but guess who? There again for the Quakers is Lomenzo. That one lifted high in the air and picking it up is Stacey before Wells could get to it. Back to the midfield circle and a takeaway by Caffrey. That's intended for London to the middle. Quakers again having to get back quickly on defense. Is out ahead of the field. That time was London as it goes down in the corner. And the Quakers able to come away with it. Doyer now on the dribble herself. She has Lomenzo ahead of her, but coming over to knock it out of play is Caffrey. Couple of changes as the Engineers will bring Tweeton in, number 8. And so she is coming into the lineup. See who's going to be leaving. In fact, there is a player down. Player that's going to be coming out, that's going to be Laura London. So that is the only change. We'll have one other change on the next opportunity for Rose-Hulman. So final 35 minutes here in this one as Beal with the header, trying to get it to her teammate Lomenzo. McCree will go behind now to Harvey, and Harvey will work it to the right side as the Quakers will get it to Lopez. Lopez. Here's Welsh. Welsh back to Lopez. Looked ahead to Moore, and the kick was short and taken away by Wells. Rose-Hulman again unable to keep their attack going as Lopez will find a way to take that one and get it to Harvey. Quakers again, Doyer to the near side. Here's Beal again. And that ball going ahead as Wells will let it go. And there was no way she was going to get that one. Stacey able to come up with it. And Stacey will put a right leg into this one. That one intended for Moore. Arnold again will play that one to the far side as we have several players coming together. Not a whole lot of spacing on this one as Caffrey has that one stolen away by Doyer. Doyer to the middle to Miller, and Miller will keep possession to Beal, and there is Lopez again, and the Quakers will go behind and reset it as they go on the offensive attack here. Here's Hoffman, back to the middle. Lomenzo able to tap it to Lopez. Quakers again playing possession right here. Here's McCree. Lomenzo tried to kick it deep to the near side, intended for Doyer, but then stolen away by Ilian. And once again, the Engineers back on the counterattack, and it didn't last long thanks to Harvey. Then the Quakers try to get a Doyer, nothing there. Here's Wells. That one intended for Tweeten will go all the way near the end line before McCree able to knock it out of play. And the Engineers will keep a new player coming in, number 14. This will be Kirby Kern. And Corey Ewald will come out. Kern, a starter out of Keller, Texas. And we'll have a throw-in here on the near side as Sabrina Ilian will put it in play for the Fighting Engineers. There is a takeaway by Beal. See if Earlham can get something here on offense. Coming up on the 32-minute mark. Nice takeaway, and the Quakers give that one up as Panzenhagen unable to keep it alive, and there is Stacey again. Ball knocked down by Lamenzo, unable to keep it at least clean. And now Lamenzo will get it back, and nothing there. So there is Stacey, and boy, Stacey didn't get a good kick again on that one. Here's Wells, and from behind, boy, Stacey has gambled a couple of times, and she's gotten lucky twice, and Wells, one of these times, may get her. Harvey was there behind Stacey, able to save her on that one. But I'll tell you, Wells probably thinking the next time that she comes out, the third time might be a charm, as Stacey gambled twice. "31 minutes remaining." Ball loose out front as the Quakers will find Beal. Boy, Moore kind of ran right by that one as it was taken away by Arnold. Moore, not sure she thought that Yana Miller was behind her or not. Here come the Quakers now. They haven't had an attack in a while as Miller taps that one ahead and picked up by Weinberg. Weinberg wants to put it back into play as Ilian will come to the near side. Back to the middle once again. Here's Wells. Wells, pass intended for Tweeten, and the Quakers able to take it away. But again, Earlham ain't able to do anything with it. They get stopped pretty quick. They've had no luck, and there's a steal by Moore. Let's see if they can do it here. Moore has only one in front of her. That's Miller. Lamenzo to her left, and Moore tried to come to the near side to Doyer, and quickly taken away by Ilian. Rose-Hulman back on the counterattack once again. Fighting Engineers. Chance here. They'll work it to the right side. Quakers quickly peel back on defense and off the right foot. And not a clean hit that time as Tweeten unable to get anything clean. That was very, very weak on the strike. And we're under the 30-minute mark here in the second half. Here's Lamenzo. There defensively again for the Fighting Engineers, and a good job by Caffrey, but they'll get Caffrey, I believe, on the foul, and so the Quakers. Raven McCree will be there along with Harvey's. They'll let Harvey after the placement of the ball. Harvey with the left foot, line drive intended for Beal. And a takeaway again by Caffrey. Here come the Engineers again. Wells looking ahead to her teammate Tweeten. It's going to be knocked away as the Quakers defensively get another takeaway. Hoffman took a shove from behind, and that'll be a foul called on Maddie Tweeten. Quakers are just a little bit off here today. We again have talked about their ability to score here at home, but they've not been able to do it so far as Here's Kelsey Moore trying to work it back to the inside. Looks for Beal, and it went behind her. Kirby Kern may have been the last to touch it, as we'll have more changes. Emma Lady, number 18, coming in for the Quakers. By the way, Panzenhagen leaving now for Rose-Hulman, as Madeline Romeo, number 3, will come in. And the Quakers also will be bringing back into the game Abby Smith, number 3. So the Quakers will have a corner here as Lamenzo high in the air, but again it curves to the top, and the Quakers unable to do anything off the corner. Here is Raven McCree. And the Engineers with a takeaway, and they have numbers heading the other way. Lead pass intended for Wells, out of her reach. There's Hoffman, but again Wells able to run it down from the left side. Wells to the inside, and there's Lopez, able to clear that one back out front. That is Romeo. Romeo looks back to the inside again. Lopez waiting there along with Aaron Welsh. Quakers have kept Romeo in check here this afternoon as well. Sends that one high in the air and over the dugout for Rose-Hulman. We'll have another change coming into the lineup, number 20, Melissa Rivera. And coming out of the lineup will be Jillian Caffrey. Throw in for the Engineers. Here's Wells. Wells with the right foot, and waiting there for that one, Stacey. Quakers get it back out again. That is Lamenzo. She tries to get this counterattack going, but nothing there one more time, as Stacey able to pick that one up just at the top of the box. And we are coming up on the 26-minute mark here in the second half, and still no score. Here's Lamenzo again. Doyer back to Lamenzo, and it's out of play. And we'll have a throw in here by Ilian. Lopez with the left foot all the way past midfield. Stop there by Ilian. We'll go back and forth. Lamenzo. Here's Lamenzo coming from behind. A little shove by Kern. Emma Lady now for the Quakers will tap that one to the far side. Coming on strong will be Welsh. Welsh with the possession. Looks back to Lady. Lady taps high in the air as that one goes to the right side, and a battle for the loose ball all the way down in the corner went out of play, and Aaron Welsh will have a throw, and it was last touched by Arnold. Quakers throw in, nothing there, taken away by Romeo, and she'll send it down the line, and it too will go out of bounds. Quakers unable to get that one as Weinberg picks that one up.
Let's go, Earlham!
Ball sent all the way into Earlham territory, and that will go against. That was Jessica Wells who they got on the foul that time, as she, along with Emma Hoffman, going for the loose ball. So the Quakers back again on the counterattack. Earlham will be making a change. I think Beal's going to come back in pretty soon, as the Quakers will bring it back again to Raven McCree. Doyer here to the near side, taken away by Ilian. Another takeaway by Rose-Hulman.
Let's go, White. Let's go.
The Engineers don't look like a team that has lost 4 out of their last 5, as they're staying right with the Quakers here at home. Doyer unable to come up with it on the near side, is another throw in by the Fighting Engineers, as we are now to the 24-minute mark. McCree right behind, able to knock that one away for the Quakers. Right foot strike by Ilian. That's just at the circle, and that'll be hit high in the air off the right foot of Kirby Kern. So Earlham will make 2 changes. Coming in will be Jordan Blackburn, number 17. So the Quakers will bring their 2 leading scorers out, Lomenzo and Miller. As Blackburn again is checked into the ball game, we mentioned that Beal has come back in for the Quakers. Rose in the box, opportunity again, and Stacey there waiting for that one off the foot of Jessica Wells. So Earlham without now Lomenzo and Miller. Let's see if they'll bring them back in relatively quickly, try to get that offense going, but so far that has not been the case here today. Here's Blackburn. Blackburn stopped. She got bumped pretty hard that time, and now the Quakers, here's a scoring opportunity. Back to the inside, and unable to get it. Here is Emma Lady high in the air. Boy, they had Abby Smith right in front of the goal, could not get it. .22 minutes remaining. Ball loose out front, as you'll see. Rose-Hulman again at midfield. Quakers come up. That is Harvey from the backside. And again, this one leading the pack is Wells. Wells cuts back to the inside. Wells defended well as they'll bring it to the top. And this one struck with the right foot and off to the left. That one struck very well. Wells was on that side. Also on that side was Maddie Tweeton. Ball will go to the far side and out of play as Rose again another throw in. 21 minutes remaining. We mentioned the Quakers averaging around 5 a game here at home as Romeo able to put that one in the box, and the Quakers able to clear it out of there. Doyer to the near side. Her and McCree able to get back in time. Here's Doyer. She'll look to the middle and see if Earlham can get on the fast break attack right here. Here is Welsh. That's going to be Abby Smith, excuse me, so Earlham unable to get it going even to midfield as Jacobs will put a right leg into this one. McCree back there for the Quakers, and that will roll past the end line. And Earlham again will have Harvey. I believe it'll be Harvey who will put this one into play. Coming up on 20 minutes. Who was going to get that first goal and then really put it back on the other team? But so far, neither offense able to do a whole lot here today. That one out of bounds, intended for Emma Lady. Of course, Earlham, again, they played so well at home, they just don't look like they're in sync here this afternoon. That's been kind of the case so far. We knew Rose would come in, try to do as much ball control as they possibly can. But I think they've been the aggressor, perhaps more than what we have seen the Quakers. Here is Blackburn. Taps ahead to Lady, and then right behind her is Ilian. Quakers able to keep it with Beal, but there's Ilian again. Lopez into the middle. Kern able to advance it to the far side. Here's Romeo. Romeo with the left foot, and that's high as it goes over the head of Stacey. As Madeline Romeo looking for her 4th goal of the year. Now under 19 minutes. Quakers will put it back into play. Lopez watching that one go over to Beal as Beal looking for Blackburn, and eventually taken back by Erin Welsh. Here's Blackburn again, able to keep that away. And it will go out of bounds as Emma Hoffman tried to go back again up that sideline. She had Blackburn there. And again, Hoffman with a throw in just in front of the Rose-Hulman bench. And here's Blackburn. Tried to head that one back to the inside, taken away. As Melissa Rivera, again, the senior there for Rose. And they send that one all the way deep again. Back to retrieve it is Harvey. Harvey looking for her teammate Welsh. Here is Romeo once again. Romeo didn't get a very good kick on that one as McCree to the middle. And that's going to go again. Waiting there for that one is Stacy. Rivera able to do anything with it there for the Engineers. Stacy. Blackburn has that one go behind her. She had Haley Beal there as well. Lopez to Lady. Nothing called. They'll let Beal play through this one. Ahead now to Blackburn. Blackburn off the right side. Stops. Can she find anything open here? Ball tipped away, and this is going to be kicked high in the air, and that's going to go out of the reach of Weinberg. But again, the hit by Erin Welsh. So now Weinberg will put it in play. Weinberg will bring it to the near side. There is Doyer, and that'll go against Rose-Hulman. Maybe a little more sense of urgency as Harvey tried to go back to Doyer. Here's Lopez. Lopez unable to advance that past Wells, and we'll see the Quakers try to go on the attack on the far side. Here's Welsh. Lady with the right foot, and that rolls right to Weinberg. Lady unable to get a really good strike on the ball as that 50-50 ball available for Lopez. Unable to come away with it. Here are the Fighting Engineers again trying to get it to the far side to Romeo. As Romeo stops, now we'll take it to the end line, and that's going to be knocked away there by Emma Hoffman. As Romeo again unable to do anything with it, goes out of play. Quakers make a change as we will see coming into the lineup, number 4 for the Quakers, which is Magdalena Gallagher. And we'll see Lomenzo come in now for Raven McCree. So now we'll see if the Quakers can make a little bit of a push here with Lomenzo back in. I would imagine you're going to see Yana Miller come back in here pretty quickly as well. Just need one.
Let's go wide. Let's get the ball.
That one on a line drive kick by Rivera. And awaiting that one is Stacy. Stacy trying to place that ball to the far side with Aaron Welsh there, and it's taken away. Rose-Hulman once again. Here is the kick, and it's going to go wide to the right. And again, opportunity by Madeline Romeo. Rose will make a change. Here is Maggie Sheeran. She will come in number 2, for number 14, Kirby Kern. Quakers trying to go back on offense. There is Blackburn again as Lomenzo will go to Gallagher, and Gallagher unable to advance that one, taken away as Earlham able to play that one behind as Hoffman. Good job defensively for the Quakers. Here is Doyer. Doyer tried to use that right leg to get it ahead to Abby Smith, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Engineers. 13:30 remaining. Beal Looking ahead, here's a chance. Blackburn got it behind the goalie and scores. Quakers on top of this one, 1-0. Blackburn with a goal. Blackburn will pick up her 5th goal of the year as Earlham gets on the board here in the second half. Well, the keeper Weinberg came out, tried to play the ball, and I'll tell you what, great job by Blackburn to stay with it. And so now the Quakers get on the board with just over 13 minutes remaining. Here's Gallagher. Now the Quakers can play a little more control and possession soccer here the rest of the way as Aaron Welsh will find Blackburn. Blackburn looking back to the middle. Here's Beal. Goes off her left foot. Ball in the box and knocked away by Jacobs. And it'll come all the way back out again to midfield where Harvey's there. Trying to get it to Lomenzo. Here come the Engineers. Quakers better get back pretty quick. Stacey coming out to play that one, and sorry, Stacey able to knock it away. Good job by Stacey. That was Jessica Wells there. And boy, that scares you because Wells has already missed a couple of opportunities when Stacey came out and got out of position. And Wells almost made this a 1-1 game. There's Emma Lady deep in the corner. Rose trying to bring it back to the inside. That's Sheeran once again there for the Engineers. Thing is the Quakers now, and we mentioned that Coach Harden talked about playing possession soccer, and they're going to have to do that the rest of the way. Keep it out of the possible scoring opportunities for either Romeo or Wells. We mentioned Tweeten, another danger. She comes off the bench, and she has 4 goals, so those are 3 players that can hurt you at any time, and all 3 of them are in the match right now. Romeo slides, and it's knocked out of bounds. Aaron Welsh there for the Quaker. "11 minutes remaining. Change here for Rose as they will bring into the lineup number 11. Lauren London is back in. Coming out of the lineup, Jessica Wells. So London is in, 10:36 to go. Quakers try to get it out of there as Stacey waiting on this one off the right foot of Lauren London, who just checked in. Quakers trying to get it past midfield. That's the key right now. Get it into Rose-Hulman territory. Here's Gallagher. And make them chase. Lomenzo taps ahead, intended for Doyer, and she's unable to come up with it. And you could hear Lomenzo saying sorry to Doyer. Again with a bad pass that time. Here's Jacobs. Looking back to the middle, almost got a piece of the official. Here's Lomenzo. She and London fighting for that loose ball, and the Quakers able to come away with it. They'll go to the far side to Welsh. There for the Engineers is Arnold, and Arnold able to protect that ball with her body, and a throw-in by Arnold. Quakers will get the header by Welsh, and here they come again. Here's London. London in the box, and the Quakers got to get back, and Stacey coming out, and she will take it away from London right at her feet. Boy, Stacey again gambled, and it paid off. Was not going to allow London to get any closer. Stacey will send that one, and there for the Quakers. Blackburn. And we'll go back again to midfield. Beal looking to the far side to Blackburn. That one tapped in the air is on the line. Drive intended for Abby Smith. Rose-Hulman now with a takeaway as we're coming up on the 8-minute mark. Harvey to the near side. She took a little shove that time by Tweeton. Lydia Harvey went out of bounds as that ball be placed on the throw-in here to the near side by Ilian. I would imagine Rose will try to play a little more aggressive here the rest of the way as they trail this one 1-0. Quakers had Lomenzo go down as the ball back to the middle of the field as you'll get a look at Rivera. Unable to keep the possession is Smith at midfield, and it's taken away by Jacobs. Here come the Fighting Engineers again, but there's Gallagher for the Quakers on the steal. Ball knocked down by Romeo. Well, that one caromed hard and went all the way out of play as the last to touch it was Romeo, as we'll see Raven come back in. Raven McCree, number 23 for the Quakers, and Gallagher coming out. Gallagher giving the Quakers some valuable minutes here in the last several minutes defensively for Earlham, as the Quakers will put it back into play as we're coming up on 7 minutes. Doyer once again. Taps it near side, went right by the defender. Good job by Doyer to the middle, intended for Smith, went behind her, and taken away by Jacobs. Jacobs to the middle. Once again, Sheeran tried to advance it, can't, as Jacobs has that one intended for London, went behind her as well, and Doyer now to the near side. Doyer again will push you to the sideline. Doyer again by another defender, but this time stopped by Ilian. There's Beal for the Quakers. Sheeran looking ahead. Ball placed back to the middle. McCree, can she get it out of there? It will come to the near side, but stays in play now for Rose-Hulman. That one will take a nice spin to the top of the box, work back to the near side. Ball is centered at the top, and that one will skip right in again to the awaiting arms of Sari Stacey. And we're coming up on the 6-minute mark. Ball be placed. The official you see right there, he's placing the ball down himself and quickly back into play as Sari Stacey was able to knock it down. I'm not sure the official laid it down, and the Engineers tried to get a fast break apparently off that one right there and put it quickly into play. So they said an indirect free kick right there, but boy, the Quakers had to quickly get back into place. We've seen that happen before where a team will stop playing and a goal quickly scored, as that one again knocked down by Arnold, and the Quakers again trying to get that ball past midfield, and here is Romeo to put it in play, and the official says hold on a second, we've got a sub coming in. So coming in number 9, this is Panzenhagen, and leaving the game will be Megan Mattis. So Mattis, number 7, is out, and Panzenhagen, number 9, is in. Rose also changing Rivera and Caffrey. And we're coming up on 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Earlham trying to go to 2-0 in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Lady chasing as that ball tapped in the box. Stacey easily stepping up to get that one. And Sari will see what might be available here before putting it back into play. By the way, Moore is back in for the Quakers. So Kelsey Moore, number 13, is checked in. Romeo trying to take that back. That's going to be Sheeran. And a foul called against the Engineers under the 4-minute mark. If you're Rose-Hulman, it's just not enough time. You look up there, and it just seems like it's clicking away fast. If you're the Quakers, it goes fast enough. Lamenzo high in the air on the line drive kick intended for more, but the good thing about this, it'll take some time here for Rose to advance it back. Here is Sheeran. Coming up, Doyer on defense. Quakers will have to hustle back again as Rivera advancing it past midfield. Here's Romeo to the far side. Romeo sizing things up as she will lift this one with the left foot and scored. Well, they may have. They're going to give 3 the assist. Who got the goal? 9. So they're going to give the goal to Panzenhagen. And the assist will go to Romeo. So now we're tied at 1. A late goal by Rose. And now we're down to the final 3+ minutes in this one. Quakers, Lamenzo near side. Here's Lamenzo. See if Earlham can get something late. Now Lamenzo double teamed in the corner, knocked out of bounds by Ilian. And Earlham's crowd trying to get him going right here as we'll have a corner by Kelsey Moore. Earlham giving up a late goal in this one, and that one, tell you what, is diving ahead is Weinberg. In fact, she went right over the top of her teammate, Sabrina Ilian. We'll have another corner. Here is Moore again. Line drive kick this time, and that was not a good corner as it went out of play.
Let's go, EC!
And everything right now, all indications are we're going to go to overtime.
Go quick! Get some energy! Why?
Ball again to the far side. There's Romeo again, who came up with that big assist. Panzenhagen with the goal. By the way, for Panzenhagen, her second goal of the year. Romeo picked up her 4th assist. And here come the Engineers again. They may get another shot. Here's Wells. Wells, that's going to be knocked away by Hoffman, as this is a long kick off the right side. As there for the Engineers, Maggie Sheeran.
Give up now. Let's go, Earlham.
Earlham unable to get it out of their own zone, you might say, and play possession soccer, and it may cost them in this one as they'll have to go to overtime if they can't come up with something quick. That'll go against Kelsey Moore, and we're under a minute remaining. Here's the kick by Ilian. High in the air off the right leg of London in the box, and that one just over the goal. Panzenhagen almost had another one. Boy, how big would that have been if Panzenhagen gets 2 late goals, and Rose-Hulman nearly made this 2-1. Quakers again unable to get it out of there. Lopez giving chase. Here's Wells. Wells in the box. Wells gets clipped from behind. No call there. The ball is going to go out of play. And we are going to go to overtime. So, overtime. Late goal by Panzenhagen. And we are tied at 1 apiece. So we will come back. The overtime is next, right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
It's summertime, the kids are home, and traffic on your carpet is pretty heavy. Let Georgia Direct install stain-proof, waterproof carpet that's easy to take care of and gives your home a fresh new look. Georgia Direct has great-looking carpet, colorful tile, beautiful hardwood flooring, and more. And for the kitchen, the Georgia Direct showroom features lots of new cabinets and design ideas. Georgia Direct in Richmond, National Road East, exit 156A, just off I-70, next to Red Lobster. For price, selection, experience, and service, it's Georgia Direct.
Not all insurance agents are the same. Choosing the right one can make a big difference in price, service, and value. That's why you should choose Harrington Hoke Insurance. As an independent agent, they don't work for an insurance company. They work for you, the client. And their job is to get to know you, your family, and your business so that they can help you develop an insurance plan that is just for you. Serving Richmond and all of Indiana since 1933, Harrington Hoke Insurance, we got this.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
We are ready for overtime. It's the Quakers and the Engineers as, again, a late goal by Panzenhagen. So 10 minutes. And if we don't do anything in the first 10 minutes, we'll play another 10 minutes. And after that, it'll be a tie in this one. So see if the Quakers, again, the first one to score will be the winners. The Quakers giving up that late goal. Rose-Hulman again will now attack from right to left as the Quakers able to get it ahead. Doyer to the middle. And now Rose will go back on their first offensive attack. Here is Madeline Romeo. Is Romeo who ended up making that nice pass to Panzenhagen to be able to get the goal. And who's got the throw in here? Quakers will have the throw in. Here's Erin Welsh. Pace will be picked up a little bit more here in the overtime period as the Quakers trying to go to 2-0 in conference play, and boy, this would be a huge win for Rose. They gave up that goal with about 5 minutes remaining and then came right back and then tied things up late in this one. Throw in near side as Beal was there, knocked out of bounds, and again the throw in by Romeo. Here is Sheeran deep in the corner and cannot keep that one from going out of play, so back over to the Quakers. Throw in for Lopez, got by her, stolen away. Here's Wells. Wells to Sheeran, back to Wells. Wells in the box, and Wells trying to chase that one down, knocked out of there. Raven McCree for the Quakers, and now a foot race for the loose ball. And for the Quakers on the far side again was Jordan Blackburn. Ball goes out of play. Doyer the last to touch it as a throw in now by Sabrina Ilian for Rose-Hulman. So coming into the lineup now for Rose will be London and Sheeran coming out. Quakers now with a throw-in of their own. Here's Lopez. Boy, Earlham didn't play that well at all. The foul call against London. So Raven McCree will have a kick from the spot of the foul as now we're coming up on 7 minutes here in the first overtime. Here's Lamenzo. Lamenzo. Back to the inside. Can she get a left foot into it? Does, and that sails wide to the right.
It's okay, Chloe. Good job, babe.
So good effort that time by Lamenzo.
Keep the energy up, guys. Get that, Chloe. Come on. Go ahead.
Quakers able to get the takeaway. Here's Beal. Lopez. She was looking ahead. I believe it was Blackburn was there. Couldn't get it to her as the ball goes back again to midfield. Doyer able to run it down. Here's McCree. Lopez there. Beal comes up with it. Beal taps down the sideline. Here's Beal off the dribble. And coming from behind is Jacobs. Jacobs all the way to the end line. Beal unable to come up with that one. Good job again by Samantha Jacobs. So once again, the Fighting Engineers go back on the offensive attack here in our first overtime. Quakers, by the way, have not played in overtime this year. So this is their first of the season. Lamenzo converging together was Erin Welsh here on the near side along with Lauren London, and another throw-in here now for the Quakers. This will be Emma Hoffman. A little shove from behind by Romeo. That ball stays in the possession of Welsh. And again, Hoffman looking to the middle of Lopez. 5 minutes remaining. Lopez back to Lomenzo. Quakers going to have to work quick. McCree was kind of looking like an offensive lineman ahead as she was ready to block that time. And she had that ball go behind her as that's picked up by Stacy. I'm not sure what exactly Raven McCree was doing, but she looked pretty good right there. She was on the football team. Here is Lomenzo, near side to Welsh. Welsh back to the middle to Abby Smith. And again, the Quakers unable to get the attack going as that goes back all the way to Harvey. Harvey looking inside to Welsh. There is Kirby Kern there again and taken away by Romeos. They'll work it back to the middle to Wells. They'll take that back. That's going to be Panzenhagen. Ball knocked down by London. London looking to her right. Here is Wells. And Hoffman able to clear this one out of bounds, making sure Wells can't get to it. So we will have a throw-in now for Romeo. She'll bring it outside to Arnold. Here's Wells. Wells trying to get it back to the inside with the left foot. The header attempt, and London high on that one to the left, but a good pass by Wells to the inside. And that header may have hurt a little bit. They're going to call a timeout right here. I think that may have hurt as London, again, took the full blow of that one. I think she's going to be all right. She's going to stay in. Ended up losing the headband, but she's going to stay in the game. Going to wait and move him back again. Is the official not quite ready yet? Just over 3 minutes in our first overtime. Lopez unable to get it out of there. Here's Romeo, and that one kicked wildly to the far side. Not a good look that time by Romeo. Another change now as we will see coming into the lineup 19, Ewald. We saw her in the first half. And setting down will be Lauren London. And we're under the 3-minute mark. McCree off the right foot. A couple of players, Beal getting hooked up. She goes down. She along with Panzenhagen getting a little shoving match right there as the Quakers again unable to do anything. McCree, I'm not sure if that was intended for a Beal, but it goes out of play, and Rose will quickly want to get that ball back in, and it's going to be kicked to the far side, and it will stay in. Here's a chance now for the Engineers. That is Wells off her right foot, and Raven able to at least get a piece of it as it sails down into the corner. And Doyer there with a takeaway for the Quakers, and it goes out of play last touched by Panzenhagen. Quakers a throw-in. Looks like right now we might be headed to a second overtime. Unless something can happen right here for the Engineers. That was intended for Romeo. Stays in the box. Hoffman goes down. Romeo fires, and that'll go against the Engineers. Hoffman taking a hard fall right there as we are coming up on a minute 20 remaining in the first overtime. Quakers will put it in play again to the far side. Earlham is very rarely here in overtime got it much past midfield, as here is the attack now attended by Blackburn. That'll go against Rose-Hulman. So again, the Quakers with just under now, or just coming up on 45 seconds. Harvey will put it in play. Not a good kick by Harvey. Here's Lomenzo. Cuts back to the inside. Lomenzo intended for Lopez. Now it'll be Smith. Smith gets challenged, and it's taken away again by Ilian. And this one's going to go to a second overtime. Neither team able to do anything with it again on offense here in the first overtime. And you hear the countdown as we will again head to overtime number 2. Nothing decided yet. Another 10 minutes in the books. We'll head to the second overtime on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We're tied at 1 apiece. This is Earlham Women's Soccer right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of this serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
We are gearing up for overtime number 2. We've gone through the first 10 minutes. Nothing decided. And so we will do it again. Earlham will have the possession first in our second overtime. So nothing this time. It will be a 1-1 tie. And the Quakers again had that lead late in regulation before the Panzenhagen goal tied it up off the assist from Romeo. And that's where we stand right now. Quakers have not really mounted any offensive attack. And really not much in that first overtime. That one lifted back toward the middle. That is Panzenhagen. And it will go out of play on the end, and the Quakers go back on offense.
Let's go, White!
See if I'm going to check and see if Yana Miller's back. I haven't seen Miller in a while. There's a takeaway as Kern with the take away that time for Rose-Hulman as the ball comes back out again. All the way to the midfield circle, giving chase. Rivera there for the Fighting Engineers will now come to the near side. Here's Panzenhagen again. Panzenhagen trying to or at least take a look at what might be available. Tips it ahead. Ewalt was there, and again, unable to get anything going as Rivera sends it back in, and this one is off the right leg, but that ricochets off one of the defenders as Kirby Kern was there for Rose-Hulman. Well, we mentioned the Quakers in overtime for the first time as Stacy has that one get by her and the goal is scored. And that's going to do it as the Quakers lose a tough one here. Let's see who they're going to give that goal to. So Jessica Wells is going to get the game-winning goal. And Earlham drops a tough one here at home as they lose in double overtime by a final of 2-1. We will come back and wrap it up in a couple of moments. Tough loss for the Quakers here this afternoon, as Earlham will fall to 1-1 in conference play. We'll again wrap it up in a moment. This is Earlham Women's Soccer and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home.
Well, with the loss, the Quakers fall to 5-6 on the year, and I would imagine they kind of felt they let this one get away here today after getting the late goal in regulation, and then the Engineers coming back and tying things up. The Panzenhagen goal to tie it, to send it into the first overtime. Nothing decided in that first 10 minutes, and then the Fighting Engineers get the goal as Wells, one of the top players in the conference, scores the game winner, and the Quakers lose a very, very tough one here today. So they're 1-1 in the conference, as Rose-Hulman goes to 1-1 as well. They're 4-7 overall. Earlham will fall to 5-6 on the season. Your final score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard: Rose-Hulman in double overtime wins it by a final of 2-1. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Women's Soccer right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.